All right, guys, let's start off here on number 2. So we're just going to find all this information, the vertex, axis of symmetry, and y-intercept, and using to sketch the graph. So for number, number 2 here, we'll start off with the vertex. We know that the formula for the x value of the vertex is negative b over 2a. So my numbers here are a, b, and c. So when b is negative like this, we're going to do it as positive 4 on top then over 2 times 2. So that's going to be positive 4 over 4, and that's going to be 1. So now for the y value, we're going to plug that into the all the x's and solve it. We need to do PEMDAS here, so you should always do the exponents first on these. So it's 2 times 1. Or sorry, yeah, 2 times 1 because 1 squared is just 1. And then we'll do the multiplication. So that's 2 minus 4 plus 6. And then lastly, we'll do the add and subtract. So that is negative 2 plus 4 is 4. Or sorry, negative 2 plus 6 is positive 4. So my vertex then is going to be the x comma y, so 1 comma 4. So I'm going to draw that right there. Next up, we got our axis of symmetry. So this is always the x value of the vertex. So I'm going to say x equals 1. So I'm going to draw that as a dashed vertical line. It should always go through the vertex. And that's going to help us as we go forward. Next up, I would find the y-intercept. Now, the trick for the y-intercept is that it's always c. So I'm going to put 0, 6 there, and I can graph it right there. Now, I'm going to need one more point here. You can see I kind of have 2 points, my vertex and my y-intercept. But the axis of symmetry, it's kind of should be matching on both sides. So since I have this point over here, there needs to be a matching one on the other side of that axis of symmetry. I kind of think of this like the face. And so it's like the two eyes are kind of on the equal sides of the face. And so then we give our 3 points and we just draw our U-shaped parabola like that. All right, next up we got number 4. So once again, I'm going to find the vertex by doing x equals negative b over 2a. In this case, b is again negative 8, so I'll make it positive 8. But on bottom I have negative 1 for a, so 8 over negative 2 gives me negative 4. So now my y value, I'm going to plug in my x value, so negative parentheses negative 4 squared minus 8 times negative 4 minus 12. And so I need to do my exponents first, and that's the negative 4 squared, so that would be 16, and I leave that negative outside. That negative outside is really a multiplier, so I have to wait to apply that. All right, and so then next up, I'll do my multiplication. So that will make that negative 16. That'll make this plus 32, and then I'll make this, keep that as minus 12. So negative 16 plus 32 is positive 16 minus 4 is going to be, for my adding and subtracting, it will be 4. So my vertex here is going to be negative 4 comma 4. So that is going to be right there. All right, so the next up, my axis of symmetry is x equals negative 4. So I'm going to drop down a vertical line right through there. And this should look the same on both sides of that. Unfortunately here, my y-intercept is 0 comma negative 12. So I can't draw that. It's kind of way off the graph there. So I'm just going to kind of estimate here. I'll just kind of draw it going down like that. All right, next up, number 6, same idea here. So I'm going to find my vertex by doing x equals negative b over 2a. And so we get negative 8 over 8, and that's negative 1. And then we'll find our y value by plugging that back in. So 4 times negative 1 squared plus 8 times negative 1 plus 6. So then we'll do our exponents. So that would just be 4 times a positive 1 now, plus 8 times negative 1 plus 6. Now we'll do our multiplication. So this will be 4 minus 8 plus 6. And finally, our addition will be negative 4 plus 6, which is 2. So we have our vertex here at negative 1 comma 2. So that'll be, it'll actually be right there. You can see the grid lines are actually 2. So now our axis of symmetry is always x equals that number, so that'll be negative 1. So I got my vertical line going through the vertex. All right, And then my y-intercept here is going to be 0, 6 because it is C. So I'll draw that there. And then I'll just kind of match it up over on the other side of the graph so I can draw my parabola, the other side of the axis of symmetry. All right, next up here, I want to factor each completely, but I need to check GCF first. So I can take a 4 out. These all divide by 4, and that gives me x squared plus 2x minus 8. And so now I'm going to do my x box, thinking of two numbers and multiply to -8 and add to 2. So that would be 4 and -2. Now, since I took out that 4, I don't have anything in front of the x squared, so I don't need to use the grouping here. I'm just going to write x plus 4 and then x minus 2 from here, and I am done. All right, next up here, we got a few questions. So part A, does it have a min or a max? Now, whenever, that is always based on A. If A is negative, that is going to be a max. I kind of think this is a frowning parabola. So you see the parabola, or sorry, the vertex is at the maximum there. And so that is a max. And if you want to write a little note there, it's because A is negative. And then the next part says state the max or min value. So that is actually always the y value of the vertex. So I'm going to do x equals negative b over 2a, just like we were doing on the last page. And that'll be -4 over -2, and that'll be +2. And then here is y equals, to find the y value, plug that back in. So negative parentheses 2 squared plus 4 times 2 plus 8. We have to do that exponent first, so that's going to be a 4. Now I'll do my multiplication. And now I'll add everything up. So it would be 4 plus 8 is 12. So since I found that y value, that is my my max value, and that's 12. All right, next up, we want to state our domain and range here. The domain is always the same thing on all of these parabolas. It's all real numbers. And then the range, though, is not always the same. It is based on the vertex. And so I see that kind of this point right here is at 2, 12. And so if you think about all the y values are underneath there. So I would say y is less than or equal to +12. If it's a max, it's going to be y is less than or equal to that max. If it's a min, it's going to be y is greater than or equal to that min. All right, next up, number 12. So on this one, again, for A, I know it's going to be a min because A is negative. And so I need to find that min by finding the y value of the vertex. So we'll do negative b over 2a to find the x value. And then we'll plug that back in to find the y value. So now I'll do my exponents here, so that turns that into a +1. And now I will do my multiplication. And we get -2 plus 8 is 6, so my answer to part B is 6. And then lastly, domain and range here. The domain, again, is all real numbers. And then the range, now since this one is a minimum, that means that vertex is at the bottom. So -1, 6 is the bottom of the graph, so I'm going to say y is greater than or equal to 6. And the reason that is that it only goes up from that y value. All right, next up, now we want to factor here. Now I don't see any GCF here. There's no number that those can all divide by, so I'm going to jump right into my x. So I do a times c up top, so that's 36, and we got 37 on bottom. So I got to think about two numbers and multiply to 36 and add to 37, so that's going to be 36 and 1. However, since I got this number out front, I do have to do the grouping here. So I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to put this +6 out back. And then I'm going to split this up according to my x. So that'll be plus 36x plus 1x. And now I'm going to do the grouping. You can use that inside-out box instead. So when I do the grouping, I'm going to take a 6 out front of this group and call, actually not a 6, a 6x. And call this x plus 6. In this group, I do need to take out something, so I'm going to take out a 1. And that leaves me with x plus 6 as well. So then I have 6x plus 1 times x plus 6, and that's it.